I burnt out creatively last year, and it was rough, you know what I mean? It's very rough to have something your whole life that's a therapeutic kind of thing for you, that's something that's very meaningful to you, that you've dedicated your whole life to building and helping other people build theirs as well. And you just are so, you come to a point where you're so distraught mentally and physically, spiritually, that you just want nothing more than to chill or just like wallow or just have some just follow some kind of like peace or bliss or just like escape or just get away from the whole thing, really. And that's what makes it really difficult, and in splotches of trying to make, independent artistry your actual life and your actual career. Like, it's very emotion based, and that's where it becomes like something to constantly have to figure out and fight through, pushing through those emotions and those feelings, and just figuring out the balance from everything, because I really wasn't that tapped into like how I can balance everything, because there's so many different things that I have within myself as an independent artist, because I don't just make music and do my documentaries, but I also have made platforms for other independent artists as well, like my series Underground Developmental, as well as my studio, Enter Underground Studios. So I just have created a lot of different platforms for artists, and those are all different, mainstay like businesses that I want to have revolutionize the community of independent artists in New Jersey, and just in the world eventually. So that's been something that takes like a heavily a lot of effort, and just along the years, the main thing I focus on gets the main kind of like push, and then the other things kind of get the back door, and that's always been something that I hated, because something that boosted incredibly my music and my like presence as an independent artist, and just a curator of independent artists in New Jersey, is doing my underground developmental series that really took off. And when I did that, like me actually putting out music, and me actually making making music, and especially like stuff with my studio, like trying to build my studio, really took crazy back seats. And now that I'm not running those shows right now, because I want to figure out how to do that in a better, more way that makes more sense to that. Like, I've been more implementing, trying to push my, like, try to get myself in order, and like get my studio in order, so that I can have that foundation. So when I have that foundation, I can start stacking on more stuff, like the UD platform, like other platforms, and like more activities. But I really haven't been dropping as much music as I would like, as much videos I would like, and just building my own business in that. And every time I do a video, this my cat scratches on the door to come in. I know you want to hear me. You just want to hear me talk, huh, kitty? I never really have been able to push myself to drop as much music as I would like to, drop as much videos I would like to, or just run my businesses professional enough to where it can really take off, and have the artists really gain a substantial amount of value, and just have it make sense, in the sense of just like making that like a source of my and other people's income as well, so that it's an actual business that can be ran over time. Because like, even doing my like UD underground developmental series, like everything is out of pocket. The studio's been out of pocket for a long time, so it's like, if it's not making sense as a business, and me also growing to 25 and older, it's kind of like it gotta start making sense at some point. So I've been really just trying to get those things, or get those things in check. I just burnt out last year though. Like, I stopped doing underground developmental, I stopped putting out music, I stopped really even working on my studio. Like, my studio was the only thing that I could really maintain, because it's easier to work on something that's specifically like a business, and you don't have to go into your like feelings to create, like, such as like a song. Like, for making music and shit, like, you gotta really be in a certain feeling, a certain bag, certain creativity, to really create something substantial and creative that people are gonna listen to over and over again. So I just fell into a real depressive rut last year, with everything. It's just how I felt and things that were going on in my life. So it just led me to not create anymore. And I wasn't making videos. I wasn't making music. I wasn't doing my shows. Like I wasn't really working on my studio, like only like a little bit for real. So like 2025 was really a year of me just kind of trying to figure out my demons and figure out like my issues and my problems, because it's like, yo, where I want to go in my life and where I want to be at in my life, I have to maintain and fight through lots of struggling situations and lots of hard situations and tough shit that I have to go through, whether that be mentally, spiritually, and so much of that. So I've really been trying to take my burnout and do something positive with it, because like when I got to the point where I just didn't have the will to go no more, like it really led me to try to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like I was watching a lot of shit of like how I can better my spirit, how myself spiritually, like, and just learn about the spirituality more and just figure myself out. Like I go to therapy twice a week now and fucking meditate every morning. And just a big thing was having my schedule as well, so that I could be on track of myself and start building that discipline by having a system. So it's been incredibly positive for me to try to figure out and better certain things about my life and my journey and my experience and my art and my music, my videos, my everything. I just been learning a lot and just gathering up so I could become a better person, become a more well-rounded person. And it's been hard because like a lot of the time, like a couple years ago I was doing shows every couple of weeks, so that's a fast life. That's a fucking, you living fast, you meeting mad people, you doing mad shit, so it feels really positive. It feels like you're doing something. And like when it comes to like nowadays, where I'm more as though like reserved and more as though focusing on building and focusing on learning so that I could take my shit to the next level and come back to this shit like even better than ever. It feels like a slow life. So sometimes you make me feel like, damn, I'm 25. At like 22, 23, I was like bugging with my like doing shit all over the place. So like now it feels like it's slowed down. But now currently I feel as though like that's dumb, and that also leads me to just wallow in my sorrow even more. And because I'm just promoting that like your body can't tell if you're telling the truth or not, like whether what you're saying you're just re fucking introducing to yourself. So if I'm just saying, oh, I'm like wasted this time and I haven't done what I was supposed to do and da 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 da, sadness, depression, Eeyore, Wednesday shit. Fuck it. Like, let me just try to say positive shit. Like, I'm going to put out my stuff. I'm going to grow. I'm going to make my music. I'm going to get on top of myself. I'm getting on top of my schedule. I'm going to do everything I need to do. And that's really what's helped me get to this point is doing those positive things for myself. I have affirmation a calendar that helps me, that really truly helps me, because like a lot of stuff was really telling me that like you are in control of your own reality, and like if you allow yourself to be as happy as you let yourself be mental, like in your own head. So it's like I just gotta allow that and allow myself to give myself permission to do the things that I know I can do, and not just keep fucking reminding and keep trying to convince myself that I'm not able and I'm not worthy. So I gotta just do and be more positive and be more healthy. Because burnout is shit. Burnout is shit, and I'm a miserable fuck if I'm not creating and I'm not doing what I was put on this fucking earth to do. So, but everything is all just supposed to happen exactly how it happens, and I'm not where I want to be simply because I haven't been who I need to be where I want to be. I haven't been doing what I need to do, and it's fine because I would rather be there when I'm there who I needed when I'm who I need to be there. And I'm getting now I'm actually on that trajectory there. So it took like a pause with like a lot some certain things that I needed to do so that I could go on this journey. And then now that I'm coming back to certain shit like making music, doing it's on a different scale now. It's on a different level because I'm finding that balance. I'm getting more on top of my schedule, making music. I have a song that's dropping on Friday. I making videos, and just getting and I've been getting on top of my studio with Ashley and Tag, who are the co-owners of mine as well for the studio. And we've been meeting every day and actually building and actually giving artists that value, and just we made fucking rent for the first time in a long time this month. So it's just like that those are things that are positive in terms of like building these businesses and building these platforms to get to where we want to get to, and just building that balance because I wasn't never able to have all of these things going as a well-oiled machine. And that's my ultimate goal, and that's what I really want to figure out without burning out, bro. And that would be amazing if I could, not if I could. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? All this words is spelling. It's spells. It's 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 spells. And just figure out how to do everything at the same time and everything substantially along my schedule. And that's about keeping track, keeping a system, keeping a schedule, and really following that to withhold that discipline and withhold everything to make it really go. And I'm gonna figure it out and just like show y'all everything that I'm doing within it and ducking and dodging the burnout. And I'm gonna also show y'all how like I'm also try to figure out that burnout kind of thing along the way as well. Probably taking, breaks and time off and vacation and shit because I took like a lot of time was taken wallowing in my sorrow in the last year. But I'm been starting to come out of it 2026 and like really get back on my shit and been slowly just getting on a trajectory. But it's a blessing. Everything is just a blessing because I needed this journey and to get to where I need to get to. So I'm just excited as to the fact that I'm still incredibly young and I'm still incredibly have the world ahead of me, and I just need to just keep remembering that and being positive and keep going and be happy as to where I am because like I'm blessed as fuck, and that's what I just keep doing. So yes, we're going to get there. Believe me, you and I and you, will get there. Where? Wherever we want. Just keep swimming. I love Nemo. All right.